Hey, Scott from Aristocob.com here.
Seth from ShrinkingPastor.com.
And together, the three of us, we are Markwood Men's Breakfast Club. Welcome once again. Welcome, boy.
Good morning.
It's hot. You've already noticed that we're both already dripping. So we won't talk about that anymore, but we're hot.
Well, it does beg the question for me, being that it's hot. When you smoke, does the outside temperature affect either your frequency or your... does it affect your experience with smoking? I mean, you know, when I think of smoking, it certainly lends itself to a cold night. You got coffee or hot chocolate in one hand, and your pipe in the other. But do you smoke less when it's hot outside?
That's a good question. It's an interesting phenomenon that we have noticed, is that we get a little bit of bump in corncob pipe sales in the month of July, which I suspect has to do with either people in other parts of the world, perhaps in the southern hemisphere, or it may be that folks are getting gear for camping, fishing.
Oh, that's a good point.
I've thought about looking into that further, and I haven't, and I shouldn't be mentioning it. But there, like I said, it's a seasonal bump. There's nothing really to write home about, but I've observed it a couple years in a row now. That is the case. Hey, by the way, I am smoking this this little, I believe it's cherry, what is called a sapling pipe. This was sent to me from a gentleman named, gosh, forgive me, Aaron. Aaron, who made for me, and we opened this months ago, this this corn dog, which I have also yet to smoke. So, Aaron, just wanted to let you know that in the next couple weeks, and I know this because we're going to film tonight, in the next couple weeks I'm going to smoke that pipe, finally.
And take no offense,
Yeah.
He's never smoked his favorite pipe in the world, so...
It's true. But between travel...
Even though he owns 40 of them.
Between travel and the fact that we filmed the last 3 weeks and put those into the can about a month ago, I just haven't had the time to get to it, and I really want to make sure I take the time to enjoy it. So, coming up in a couple weeks.
We haven't been in the shop for 2 months, almost.
I know.
Where we film. Alright, so what are we doing, what are we smoking, first of all?
We're smoking RLP6, Lane RLP6.
Something light for a hot evening.
Yep, it's nothing particularly fancy.
Ooh, another interesting, could be interesting, does the temperature affect what you smoke?
Yeah, tobacco.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, I have got a couple YABOs that we can take a look at. One that I have opened because I was especially excited about it, and one that I have not. So let's begin by, I got me a YABO, I got me a YABO, I got me a YABO, hey, 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 hey.
And do those go together? What's your YABO?
They relate. They relate to one another. You'll see why here in just a moment. And really, I'm super overdue on opening the box.
Gotcha.
It's been sitting around. What was the date? The date that this was shipped. Can you make out a
I'll
shipping
look
date
while you read that.
on that? I've had this thing for
3/29/2017.
3/29.
Yeah. Since March.
I've had it for a while. But let's open this one up. This is the one that I've already opened. And with this, I think we can also segue into a topic of discussion today. This is my new Cobb Strong shirt. All right? And
nice.
This is a shirt that was made available to the members of Corn Cob Nation, who are a Facebook group. And many of those members are active here also on YouTube. They're active on Instagram. They're active where people are and where people smoke. And they posted this, and they had the gold, and they had black. And my eyes drawn always to the black with the white print. I own so many shirts, T-shirts that are black with white print, that I decided, nope, I'm going to get something different.
Cool.
And so there we go.
Oh, it's great.
I like it. And this is also a brand new logo that they just came out with. It's a...
the gold on the cob looks really nice.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Very cobby.
It's a private group on Facebook, but you can join that group by just requesting. And one of the things that the folks that are responsible for the group are going to do is they're going to check out your Facebook page and see if there's anything pipe related. And not to say that if you choose to not post pictures of yourself smoking that they're not going to let you in, but you might want to plead that case to them if you apply for membership and that seems to lag. That may be the reason why they don't allow you. Also, if you're a 13-year-old boy, you will not be allowed into that group. So now let's open up this. And it might make sense why I ordered this when I did. And the delay doesn't make sense, but the timing of my order should make sense. Familiar with this box?
Nope.
This is a box that Missouri Meerschaum uses.
Cardboard.
Inside of that box is yet another box. This is an unexpected.
Another,
this is an unexpected box.
Cardboard box.
Yeah. By the way, I'm back to using my plastic folding utility knife. Might as well leave that out for now.
In case there's a third box.
No, you know what? I didn't quite cut that properly.
Don't cut yourself, please.
There we go. I make no guarantees. And inside of this, we have two, here, hold those up, would you? Two Cob Nation patches. It's upside down. They're in the bag upside down. And inside of the box, we also have two Corn Cob Nation pipes. Guess whose birthday I bought these for?
Enders.
Yeah, boy, this was a birthday gift for you.
Thank you.
And apparently for me.
I'd expect nothing less.
So it says Nation Pipe 2017.
Hard to
And
see.
you might think to yourself, well, I thought they were the Corn Cob Nation. Well, that's kind of implied in the corn cob pipe.
Cob Strong.
And the other side says Cob Strong.
Sweet, thank you.
So you're welcome. There we go. As an official.
Oh. And look at the bottom.
Oh, I love the bottom. Thank you. Laser engraved on the bottom is the Cob Nation, at least the original Cob Nation logo. Isn't that cool?
That's very cool. That's very, very
cool.
cool.
Now I have a new pipe to not smoke.
Add it to the pile.
Yes. Yeah, that's special. But you know, as I thought about both of these things, I realized that not everybody that we interact with is active on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Some are. Not everybody is active on Facebook. Not everybody on YouTube is active on Facebook. I mean, I'm talking about viewers on YouTube.
Right.
And then, you know, this kind of goes back to our previous many times talking about, is the YouTube pipe community dead? And of course not.
Alarmist, fake news.
Of course it's not dead. You know, we are a very diverse group of people, as all peoples and groups of peoples are. And we have lots of ways that we connect with one another. You were talking about Vin Diesel earlier today.
Yeah, I was.
And that made no sense to me. Can you talk about Vin Diesel?
Yeah, the XXX movies. They were excellent. Also, Fast and Furious. No,
Yeah.
So as we're talking about
He
this...
was in Saving Private Ryan.
I don't think so.
I say that slowly because of the fact that my son, when we went to see it together, as I'm walking up to the counter to order the tickets, he whispers in my ear, "Saving Private Ryan."
Two for Saving Ryan's Private.
Saving Ryan's Privates, and it kind of
Slipped out.
flubbed me up a little bit.
So we were talking about this a little bit earlier, and it got me thinking and wondering. You know, it's very easy for us as part of the YouTube pipe community to believe that our tribe, the YTPC, is really inclusive of the majority of pipe smokers. That the majority of people who smoke pipes and are online are part of our community, or even that the majority of pipe smokers on YouTube are a part of the YouTube pipe community, and it got me thinking, wondering,
Viewers or
Viewers, presenters, either or. I suspect that there are a good number of presenters that have no affiliation to people that would consider themselves a part of the YouTube community.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm sure that there are a ton of viewers, even more viewers, that have no idea that there's this kind of in-group, interconnected creators on YouTube. And then beyond that, we know that there are groups like the Corn Cob Nation that meet on Facebook. That's their meeting place. Or there are groups of people, I'm sure, that meet exclusively on Instagram or
Pipe Smokers Forum.
The forums.
This Pipe Life, which is the one that I'm hanging out on these days a little bit.
Right. All of these communities that, there probably is some overlap, but there may not be. And so, I mentioned Venn diagram.
Vin Diesel.
Venn diagram.
Venn diagram.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
Well, that's because you're too far away. You got old man
Maybe you should use
glasses.
a Sharpie.
So, you've got here, this is an example with 3 different communities where each circle represents a community. And there's going to be places where maybe the Facebook, Corn Cob Nation, the YouTube Nation overlap, and there's some oversecting there. There's somewhere where this YouTube community and Instagram community, there's some overlap. And there are some where some people are parts of all of the communities. They're highly active in many places. But it's easy to assume, I think, that our tribe, our group, is the group. And so it's a nice reminder that that's not the case.
Our numbers are greater than they appear, is what you're saying.
Absolutely.
I've run into pipe smokers that have been hanging out on the street in my travels, just standing outside smoking, and striking up a conversation with them, and they thought they were the only pipe smoker in the world.
Yes.
And so they're not connected anywhere with pipe smokers.
Yes.
Or I've also talked to some that aren't really interested in connecting with anybody. They have all the friends they need. Thank you very much. Good for them.
Yeah, there's a number. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Dunbar's number. Dunbar's number is a fairly well-known number. I think it's 200. And Dunbar's number suggests that there is a...
Played by Kevin Costner in Dances with Wolves.
That there is a limit to the number of relationships that we can manage. From an evolutionary standpoint, that our brains can only handle a certain number of relationships.
That's a really good point.
And
I made a friend last week, so I'm going to have to...
knock somebody
I'm
else
sorry.
out. That's okay.
You're the one I've known the longest.
Yeah, that's fair. And the number's 200. And so our technology now allows us to cultivate beyond 200 relationships. But really, if you think about the number of people that you interact with, the number of people that you know on a deep level, that you know about their families, about their life, that you know more than just their status, their name, their whatever, it's probably 200 or even fewer. And one of the reasons for that is we instinctively like to gather together into tribes, into groups of people. And so that's what we see. Even if you reach out to these other communities, you will likely be drawn to pockets within each of those communities. You'll form your own meta community.
It is funny because over on the Pipe Smokers Forum, I inevitably searched the term YouTube because I kind of wanted to know, are there other YouTubers? And I also searched YTPC.
Yep.
Because, that's something that we have in common with a number of people, and I kind of like to know what's going on out there.
Right, constantly drawn to people that are like us because there's safety in that. It creates a safe environment where I know their values, I know who they are by nature of knowing this important thing about them. Very interesting.
Okay. In this case, I don't think that that's the case. I like, there's like very specific kind of people that I like. Right. I like pipe smokers by and large, but it's so rare, and I think they tend to be introspective, thoughtful, generally happy people, and the occasional grump in the bunch. Usually you find out it's actually a cigarette smoker. That's just a poke at some of my friends who are in the pipe community who are also cigarette smokers. Woodworkers, salespeople, entrepreneurs, those kind of folks I'm drawn to.
Right.
And again, like you mentioned, shared interest, shared values, and so on.
Yep.
That's interesting. So, where are you connected? I mean, like, what's your home base when you think about connecting with pipe smokers? Is it a relationship at the pipe shop that you visit? Because some folks I know are hanging out there among the cigar smokers,
Right.
and have found their tribe there.
Yeah, they never think to look online for
Or
people
need
to
to.
smoke for people to smoke with.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right. We're going to wrap this up. Next week, we're going to do something interesting. Something that neither of us have ever done before.
Nope.
And it's not smoke this.
Well, it would be true also.
But that'll happen soon.
Or smoke an Aristocob. Also true.
Also true.
Yeah.
All right. We'll see you next
We'll see
week.
what it
Thanks
is.
for visiting. Make it a great week.
Bye.